Is pulling yourself up by the bootstraps over? Well, according to this Trump supporter, it's over for him anyway. I would like to point out that's been over for a lot of people for a long time. Now we're going to hear more about it because it's ending for middle class white people. Yes, it's ending for them as well. Before I get started, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate all my new followers. Let's see what my friend Hello America has to say about pulling yourself up by the bootstraps.
Hey, what's up, America? I'm going to be real with you here because I see no future for people in America. After seeing the high cost of homes nationwide, the high cost of gas, the high cost of food, the high cost of rent, cars, rental cars, used cars, insurance, health care, taxes, and every other thing, how is anybody in this country supposed to prosper that's not already wealthy? Can someone tell me that? The pulling yourself up by your bootstraps argument is fucked and over.
Now, the reason I'm highlighting this video here and talking about this is because this is something that I believe Republicans and Democrats can come together on. When we all suffer, and I believe we are, that should be something that brings us all together, maybe makes us come to our senses, forget about the things that don't matter, that we fight so much about, things that are completely meaningless, and get back to the country, get back to the people, right? So I agree, and I follow this person on social media, and even though he's a Trump supporter, he's pretty reasonable. He's critical of everyone. He's been critical of Trump, So I have no issue with that whatsoever. But I do think it's somewhat interesting for him to say pulling yourself up by the bootstraps is now over. For me, that's been over for a lot of people for a long time. And just like anything else, when things like that start affecting the right people, that's when it gets attention. When things affect, minorities and the poor and the disenfranchised in this country, that doesn't get any attention. It has to affect the majority, which is, white people. Let's be honest. Let's just be completely honest about that right up front. There's no doubt about that. It has to affect white people. It has to affect the people that have the largest voting base and the biggest sort of pool dynamic on how policies get changed in the United States. And now that this whole pull yourself up by the bootstraps thing is affecting people that look like me and people that look like him, we're going to hear more and more and more about it. We just are. For whatever reason, that's how this country works. I don't know why. It just is. But the really concerning part about all of this is that this is not something that we can just come together, join hands, sing kumbaya, and fix. The corporations, through their donations to our politicians in Washington, D.C. and in our states, have seized complete control over this country and complete control of us as consumers. We rely on them for everything. We rely on them for everything, and they run the world, at least between our east and west coast borders, and in many cases outside of those borders. And unfortunately, the way we would have to go about fixing this problem would cause us to suffer a lot. It just would. We would have to suffer. I don't know that we can do that. We're a really soft people here in the United States. We have had it very easy for a long time, and I don't know that we can suffer. Now, a lot of people are suffering a lot already, but I'm talking about the kind of suffering that to change the corporate structure in this country, I don't know if we can stomach that. And I don't believe for a second that we have the power and can put the right people in office to change it. Because they always get bought out, they always take the money, and they always turn on us. That is the three things that politicians are almost always guaranteed to do. And it always results in them turning on us. Sometimes we actually manage to elect very good, competent people to government. What happens to them after they get there for a couple of years? What happens to them? I can only assume it's the money. Because they tend to turn. So I guess the question is there enough people in this country who are willing to not buy enough products? And this would have to be significant, right? To turn this around, where corporations and utilities and banks and everybody that has any contact with our money to ease prices on it. Is there any way? Are there specific targeted things that we could avoid purchasing as a group that would hit them the hardest? I don't know the answer to that question. But it's going to be a monumental feat to destroy this pretty much enemy within. It is an enemy within. The corporations of this country only care about shareholders. And if you're not in the club, sorry. And let's be honest, any legislation we could potentially pass to turn this around is likely going to get defeated. Because politicians don't pass legislation that hurts their donors. And even if we got the right politicians in there, there would be enough outcry from the public, probably talking about things like socialism and communism for trying to bring these corporations down a notch. There would be enough outcry from the public who it would benefit to probably stop it as well. Honestly, it looks pretty hopeless to me. I don't know. We either got to make a lot more money or things got to get less expensive. And for the longest time in this country, they kept things less expensive because it was either that or not pay us more money, or, continue paying us less money, keep things cheap, keeps quality of life okay. But eventually, like everything else, inflation is a thing. And over the years, it has taken a toll on people in this country. So the question is, how do we even possibly fix this problem? How do we even approach it? Is it through government? Is it through some sort of social public action? Is it something, a grassroots movement that we have to start? I honestly don't even know how to begin to tackle this beast. I don't. So let me know what you think in the comments section. There's a lot of very intelligent people in this world that have a lot of amazing ideas, and I would like to hear them. How do we turn this around, right? Life is obviously going to become more untenable in the United States if people can't afford to just keep the damn lights on. It makes no sense to me. Let me know what you think in the comments. I really appreciate all my new followers and subscribers. I will see you guys soon. Thanks.